Hello guys, welcome to a video of mine. This is your match preview for West Brom versus Chelsea in the Premier League later today at 5:30. Big game, big game. Every game's a big game, really. We're trying to get back to winning ways after losing to Liverpool last weekend. But we also want to try and follow on from the very impressive 6-0 win against Barnsley at the weekend. So, yeah, we should be full of confidence heading into this game. I know West Brom are a better team than Barnsley and will offer a lot more. But, realistically, we should be winning this game. West Brom have made a very poor start to the season. They've lost both of their games. They lost 3-0 at home to Leicester on the first game, and then they lost 5-2 away at Everton last weekend, albeit with 10 men. So it was always going to be a difficult game when they went down to 10 men. But, you know, it's still going to be a difficult game. I know we should be winning this game, but, you know, every game in the Premier League is tough. You don't take any game for granted. I certainly don't as a Chelsea fan, because I've seen us lose these kind of games before, so it's very important that we go in with the right attitude and not just expect to win this game. So, and in doing so, we have to pick the right team to win this game. Now, I expect there to be a couple of changes to the team that played against Barnsley. Now, it was a very strong side that played against Barnsley. There were players that, you know, would make the starting 11 in League and Champions League games that played on Wednesday. So, on that front, there probably won't be too many changes, but there will still be some changes, and we will play our strongest starting 11, I would think. Now, Frank Lampard said in his press conference yesterday that Edouard Mendy won't be starting today. He said that he hasn't really trained at all this week. He only flew in on Thursday when he signed, so he said it was too tight of a turnaround to start him in today's game. Now, I don't necessarily agree with that statement from Frank. I think you look at, like, Liverpool played Thiago Silva. I know it was only for 45 minutes, but he only signed the day before, and he came on and played very well. And I think, with all due respect to West Brom, if Mendy was the starting goal, I doubt he would have too much to do. So, you know, I don't think it would have been the worst thing if he'd played. I don't think it would have impacted on his fitness or his energy levels had he played. But, you know, it's the manager's decision. I back Frank, so I'll go with it for this. Don't necessarily agree with it, but, you know, hopefully it doesn't come back to bite us. So he won't be playing in goal. He also said that Christian Pulisic and Ziyech are still not match fit for this game. They are back in training, though, which is very, very good. But this game just comes a bit too soon for them. I would expect to have them back maybe against Crystal Palace next weekend. But if not, then they will definitely be back after the international break. Other than that, everyone else is able to play. He said Thiago Silva and Ben Chilwell are fit to start this game if needs be, but whether he does or not is a different story. Other than that, everyone is fit and ready to go. So I'm going to, as I've usually done with my previews, I'm going to pick the team that I would like to see play. So in goal, I would have said Mendy if he was able to play, but he's not. So I'll go with Caballero in goal. I think he played very, very well against Barnsley, made some very, very good saves. I think he could do with some work on his, you know, passing out from the back and his distribution, but, you know, as long as he's making saves, that's the most important thing. That's what he is at the end of the day. He's a goalkeeper. His job is to stop shots from going in, and he did that very well on Wednesday, so I think he deserves a chance to, you know, play again on later today. Back four, I'll go with Reece James at right back. Reece James didn't play against Barnsley, as Piliqueta played at right back. I do think Reece James will be our kind of first choice right back for the season ahead, so I would go with him. He's obviously fully fit. He's had a full week off. He played against Liverpool last weekend, as I said, didn't play against Barnsley, so he'll be ready to go, so I'll go with him. I would go with Kurt Zouma at centre back. Now, I know Tomori played against Barnsley, played well, but I would go with Kurt Zouma for this game. I will go with Thiago Silva alongside him. Now, as I'd said in my review after the Barnsley game, Thiago Silva played 60 minutes the other night, so he has a bit of, you know, minutes in the tank, some form of match fitness back. And, you know, hopefully if he plays, he won't have too much to do. So I think this is a good game to start him in. So I would like to see him start alongside Zouma. And left back, I would go with Ben Chilwell. Very similar situation to Thiago Silva. got minutes in the tank against Barnsley. He came on with about 20-25 minutes left. Played very, very well, and will have some form of match fitness in him. And I would like to see him start from the off today. So I would go with Ben Chilwell at left back. I would go with a 4-3-3 formation. I wouldn't go with a 4-2-3-1. I don't think we need that much protection from the back. I don't think we need the two deep lying midfielders, so I go with a 4-3-3. I would go with Mateo Kovacic, N'Golo Kante, and Kai Havertz as the three midfielders. I'd say Kovacic sitting the deepest, and then obviously Kante and Kai Havertz a bit more advanced. And then the front three, now as I said, Ziyech and Pulisic can't play, so I would go with Hudson-Odoi on the left, Mason, I don't know, that's a tough one. Mason Mount doesn't really do well out on the wings, but Kai Havertz is in a winger, that's not his strongest position. So yeah, I'll go with Callum Hudson-Odoi on the left, Mason Mount on the right, and Timo Werner up front. But also, actually, do you know what? No, do you know what? I'll go with Hudson-Odoi on the right, Timo Werner on the left, and Tammy Abraham up front. I thought Tammy Abraham and Kai Havertz linked up very, very well against Barnsley during the week, and I'd like to see it, at least try it out today. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. We don't have to do it again. But it'd be nice to just see if they can pick up where they left off and get a bit of link up as well. And Timo Werner's more than comfortable playing out on the left, so I would like to see I'd like to see that today. So yeah, I'll go with Werner on the left, Abraham up front, and Hudson-Odoi on the right. So that's the team I'd like to see. I think that team should be beating West Brom. All due respect, we have a very good record against West Brom, and we've some very, very good memories against West Brom. We won the league at the Hawthorns 3 years ago, back in 2017. I remember it very well. Michy Batshuayi getting the winner on the night in what was a very typical Tony Pulis West Brom side, just sitting back, making it difficult to break down. I was thinking, don't get me wrong, even if we hadn't won that night, we would have won it the following week. But it was nice to get it done away from home with the away fans there at the time. It was a brilliant, brilliant night. I remember watching it. And as I said, Batshuayi getting the winning goal, Azpilicueta with the assist. It was a brilliant night, and hopefully we can have another great evening again tonight. So my prediction for the game now, I'm usually never this confident with a Chelsea game. Very rarely am I confident with a Chelsea game. I'm always a pessimist in general, but especially when it comes to Chelsea. But our signings that we have, Timo Werner will be coming back in. He didn't play against Barnsley. Kante as well, Reece James, and there'll be Kai Havertz off the back of a hat-trick. The squad will be confident heading into this game, and West Brom are obviously a bit depleted. As I said, they've lost their opening 2 games and conceded 8 goals as well, so they're a very leaky defence, and with the firepower that we do have, even with some of the new signings injured, we should be winning this game, and I'd like to think that we would. So I'm not going to go a ridiculous score. I'm not going to say 4 or 5-0, but I'm going to go 3-1. I'm going to go 3-1 today, and hopefully we can do that and get back to winning ways in the Premier League. So I think that's all for this video, guys. If you did enjoy it, please drop it a like, subscribe if you are new around here or you enjoy the content, and I will have the review for the game out tomorrow. Now, we have a lot of games in a short amount of time. As I said, we have the game today, so I'm getting the preview out now. I'll have the review of this game out tomorrow, and then we have Tottenham in the League Cup on Tuesday, and then Crystal Palace on Saturday. So I have a lot of videos coming out over the next couple of days. Hopefully you guys do enjoy that. So yeah, as I said, I will see you for the review for this game tomorrow. See you then, guys, and take care.